Hey, it's me, Vicky Marie, with a cup of tea. Now, welcome to my rant of the day. Oh my goodness, well, I started off with one rant, then I found another one, and then I found another one. So I thought I better record this video quick because rants can mount up as the day goes on. I already knew what one of them that I was going to do, and I'm going to do them in reverse order for that reason. So the one that I was going to do anyway, which personally I think is probably the most important one, maybe not, but just because I think that, but you can let me know. I'm going to start with the last one that I found, and that was just before when I was watching the news. I don't know, this is very quick because I don't know loads about this. So I don't know if you've heard, but apparently in aeroplanes now they're putting more or less chip oil in the tank because they're saying it's more environmentally sustainable or whatever, and they're already using a percentage of it in the oil that they put into aeroplanes, the petrol or whatever you call it, whatever goes in an aeroplane. I don't even want to think about it really, because being a person who's absolutely terrified of flying at the best of times, but just does it because that's or the quickest way sometimes. And really, I haven't flown that much in my life. I've had quite a long life so far, and in comparison to a lot of other people, I haven't actually flown that often because I don't like it. And now to find out that they're putting chip oil in there, and there's questions about the safety of it, they're testing it gradually, bit by bit, apparently. And then the travel sort of guru that was on Sky News this morning, whose name escapes me, but he's always on talking about travel things, was saying that there's no evidence really that it is any more environmentally friendly anyway. So my rant about that is, why are they doing it? Is it safe? Now I don't want to fly even more. The thought that my aeroplane is being held up by chip fat, frankly, is terrifying for me. So I need to find out more about that. If an airline advertised itself as chip fat free, I would definitely fly that airplane. I want to fly on the old safe planes way of flying. There are rarely, I've only just at this advanced stage come round to the fact that how rarely there are accidents. So, I go on with all confidence, knowing that it'd be very unusual, etc., etc. Now they're trying new things. Stop trying new things. Just stick with the old safe thing. That's my first rant. Oh, that's hot because I'm drinking black tea at the moment. I like it, but it's hot, isn't it, when the milk cools it down? I know that's stating the bleeding obvious. Sorry. Okay, so my second rant is Rishi Sunak losing his marbles? Little Rishi, unbelievably, apparently has turned up. Now, he's turned down a meeting. He was supposed to meet with the Greek Prime Minister, who's a very important guy. Greece is such an important country. It's not just a place people go on holiday. It's very important for like immigration, etc. They can help a lot. They've been very useful with the war in Ukraine, the war in Israel. Greece are a very useful intermediary because, like it or not, some countries are Islamic or etc. So they are. So you still got to get on with them. And Greece has been very good at being an intermediary sometimes between not only Islamic countries, but lots of countries that maybe we're not that friendly with. So, they've acted as intermediary and they're very important. Now, I don't know if you know, but these sculptures, why they're called the Elgin marbles, I'm not quite sure because they're obviously not marbles. They're a series of sculptures. They're Greek. They were taken away from Greece and they're in the British Museum. And it's one of the big controversy. Greece wants them back. They want to borrow them, but then they say that they were theirs anyway. No, there's a lot of controversy about it. And that was going to be one of the subjects, supposedly, that was going to be discussed in the meeting between the Greek Prime Minister, who I've got to say, that's awful, I don't actually know his name. Let's find his name. So they were supposed to meet because he's on a visit to Britain, a diplomatic, diplomatic meeting. So his name is Kyriakos Mitsotakis. Kyriakos Mitsotakis. I'm so sorry if I've pronounced that wrong. I'm not, I have no idea with Greek names, but I hope I pronounced it okay. So sorry if I haven't. So yeah, he's here. Let's say here, I'm in Spain, of course. He's in Britain. So this morning he had a meeting arranged with Rishi Sunak, and this morning little Rishi has spit his dummy out of the pan and out of the pram, had a hissy fit, and says he's not meeting him, and he's sending his deputy prime minister to meet him. Now that is not good diplomatically, it just isn't. You don't send your deputy prime minister to meet a prime minister. That's just, even I know that. I mean, this is what I mean. Where's the proper politicians? Where's the proper politicians? Now, and this is the Rishi, who met up with Elon Musk as if who suddenly seems to have become king of the world. Elon Musk. Everybody seems to put more importance on talking to him because he's got billions and billions of dollars than they do on meeting prime ministers of countries. What's going on? I mean, Rishi loved that. He loved that. It was like a fanboy sort of interview. And then afterwards, Elon Musk took the mickey out of him, took the mickey out of Britain, took the mickey out of Europe, all the countries that are trying to, clamour for AI. He released a tweet and mocked them. So there you go. Well done, Rishi. So, you thought you'd got Elon on side, but Elon's just on his own side. At the end of the day, Elon he almost is the king of the world, isn't he? It's like, seems to get involved in everything now, but he's not a politician. He's just a billionaire or a multi-billionaire. I don't even know how much money he's got, but yeah. So to me, it seems like a total lack of respect that he met up with Elon and, like he was like the king. And he won't even meet with the Greek Prime Minister. Now, there's various reasons put forward for that. Some people say it's because the Greek Prime Minister said he wasn't going to lobby, to get these marbles back, or these sculptures back. But in the end, apparently at the weekend, he was out and about saying he wanted them back. So some people say it's because of that. So Rishi's annoyed because of that, because he broke the terms of their meeting. But they weren't only meeting to discuss this. The meeting to discuss all these other issues like immigration that Rishi can't get a handle on. And there's a guy who can help him, and he's not even meeting up with him. So that's what some people say. It's because Rishi got the hump. Apparently, Rishi gets the hump. He has hissy fits about quite a lot of things, apparently. He's not prime minister material, because I understand him. I'd get the hump as well, but I'm not the prime minister. I don't have to be nice to people that I don't like. But when you're prime minister, unfortunately, you do. That's called diplomacy, Rishi. Remember diplomacy. Remember big boys politics. Anyway. So, but other people are saying that the reason he cancelled the meeting with the Greek Prime Minister is because the Greek Prime Minister met with Keir Starmer. So Keir Starmer met up with him first before meeting the British Prime Minister. He met with the leader of the opposition, Keir Starmer. Now that could be true, and he shouldn't have done that. To be fair, he shouldn't have done that, because the first meeting should have been between the two prime ministers. Then he should have met the leader of the, again, that's diplomacy, that's procedure, that's, what you're supposed to do. There are sort of unwritten rules. No, that's not written down anywhere, but, that's just the way it is. You meet the prime minister first, then you meet the leader of the opposition. So it seems like everybody's made a cock up, really. But at the end of the day, who loses out are the people that are sort of trying to stop immigration, or at least control it better. You know, the people in the war, when, you know, the Greek prime minister could be very instrumental in both wars, because he's sort of, you know, sometimes, because we always take a very strong stance, don't we? Basically, whatever America says, we agree. So, but other countries don't sit in between, like maybe in between Russia and America's stance, or in between sort of Palestine and Israel's stance. Sometimes you have to have someone in the middle, because otherwise things never get sorted. And the Greek prime minister is very good for that. So that's, you know, he is. So he's a very important player, if you like. Greece is a very important country in the world stage, or certainly the European world stage. So that's my second rant. Rishi, meet up with the Greek Prime Minister. For God's sake, get your dummy back out of the pram. Stop bloody jumping up and down. You know, like, he's like the small, I think he's got a small man syndrome, because apparently he goes off on one, or you know what small men can be like. Anyway, that's my second rant. And my third rant, which was going to be my only rant, what I was thinking last night I was going to rant about today, concerns. Oh, let me stop sharing that. Yes, he's lost his marbles, or he doesn't want to lose his marbles. So my third and last rant for today, hopefully nothing else comes up. Oh, by the way, I just wanted to nominate my twonk of the day, which is Rishi. I think I'm going to start doing that. A twonk of the day, a twonk of the week, a twonk of the month, a twonk of the year. So today, so far, Rishi is definitely the twonk of the day, unless something else comes up. Okay, so this is the other thing. This was my original rant about, now, I love using a card for nearly everything. I love the fact that I can just sit here and pay my bills now. I don't have to go trekking all over Spain trying to pay them, because trying to pay things in Spain before you could pay them online was a bloody nightmare. So you could only go and pay your bills on a Wednesday before 10 o'clock if there was an hour in the month. If you didn't get there before the 10 o'clock window, that was it. You couldn't pay any bills. You know, it was just crazy. I can't explain to you what it was like. Spain, one strange thing about Spain, well, there are many, but, you know, there's lots of lovely things too. But one thing that I did notice when I came here is it's so difficult to pay things. You know, normally I think in Britain, God, if someone's offering to pay something, they take your hand off it, they'll take the money off of you any way they can. But here in Spain, it was like, honestly, really difficult. You get your bill, and then you'd have to find somewhere to pay it. And as I say, the banks, it would only be certain days, certain times, you know. And if you're working and you can, because the other thing is you'd be at the bank for maybe an hour in the queue. So when I was working, I'd have classes. I couldn't you'd have to take the whole morning off to go and pay a bill. Anyway, things got better. You started to be able to pay them at the cash point, which meant that at least you could pay them at any time. I could pay them after work. I could go. Now, you might say, why don't you just pay it out of your bank account? But I've always had a haphazard income because I work for myself. So no, direct debits do not work for me, because, you know, the money goes out at a certain date, doesn't it? And if I didn't have the money in it, then they slam on a bloody penalty on you for not having the money in there at the time. Also, often they don't even let you know, the banks, that it's not been paid. Next minute, my electric's cut off, or my water's cut off, or, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I didn't even know that hadn't gone through, because it might just be the matter of a couple of euros or whatever. So, you know, again, people might say, well, you should keep an eye on it. Well, yeah, you know, when you're a single parent and trying to hold down a job, like I'm working 80 hours a week or whatever, sometimes things escape you. Anyway, so, but it's great now. I can literally sit here in front of the computer, get my card. Don't even need to get my card because it's all in the computer, of course. Pay my bills, no problem. Yeah. sometimes I sit and I think, my God, that's €800. I've not moved out of this chair, and in 10 minutes, €800 has gone. By the time you've paid your water, your electric, your internet, things that I have to pay to do with, you know, the recordings and so, you know, and you just sit there and think, my God. It's depressing in a way, isn't it? You think, God, I haven't even moved off my chair and I've spent all that money, but not on anything nice either. Yeah, or just shopping for the week or whatever. So that's great, and I do. So for that, I love my card. I love it, and you know, I love paying for things online. Of course, you go out and you use your card, just flash your card for everything, even small amounts now, isn't it? But of course, what about cash? Because nobody pays me in cash. Well, I have a couple of students that pay me in cash. All the others want to pay through the bank, which is fine, that's fine, but it means I never have any cash. So you'll notice that when I was looking for some money, real money to use for this video, all I've got are a couple of like cents and things. I've got no notes, never have any notes, or rarely. And anything I do have, normally it disappears on something. So I rarely have any money, and I rarely have any spare change, you know. So yesterday I went to the supermarket, and outside my local supermarket, there's a little old lady sits there with her dog. And whenever I go there to the supermarket, if I've got a trolley, I'll give her the euro out the trolley, or I'll give her a euro or whatever, you know, 50 cents. Yesterday I had 14 cents. 14 cents. That was all that I had actually with me in cash. And I just felt awful, because now she might be bloody rich, this woman. I don't know, you know, because sometimes people say things like that, don't they? Oh, well, they've probably got loads of money. Well, maybe she has, but if she has got loads of money, she doesn't look as if she's got loads of money to me, but you know, I wouldn't swap my life for hers, let's put it that way. So it's either freezing cold or boiling hot sitting outside there. She's got a little dog who's as good as gold. He's such a cute little thing. You know, so I always give her something. And I had 14 cents, and I actually found myself apologising to her, you know, like, and I said, I'm just so sorry. That's all I've got in cash, in efectivo, they call it in Spanish. And no tengo nada más. I've got nothing else. Solo mi tarjeta. I suppose really now thinking about it, what I should have done was maybe bought her a tin of dog food or something. But I don't know what dog food her dog likes. You know, it might have an upset stomach. For, you know, it's not a young dog; it's quite an old dog. So there might be only one type of dog food that it can eat. You know, and I don't know what she likes to eat. Or suppose I could have got her some milk most, but she might not drink milk. You know, do you see what I'm saying? I like to give her a euro or 50 cents minimum, and I actually just felt embarrassed that I only had 14 cents to give her. I mean, she was lovely. She was going, no importa, guapita. You know, she said, no, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. You know, and I suppose if everybody who passed through that supermarket gave her 14 cents, at the end of the day, that would add up to quite a lot of money. But, you know, so my rant is, getting back to my rant, is I like using my card, but I want to use cash as well. So I want a choice, because, yeah, with the card, you are leaving a digital record wherever you go. You know, sometimes you might not want someone to know that you've bought something, especially if you've got a partner or whatever. Maybe it's a surprise present. It don't have to be anything nefarious. You want to buy a surprise present for them or whatever, and they're going to go, oh, what's this? What's this that you bought? So it is important for us to have a choice. Cash should not go completely out the window. The choice, let's have a choice. It's convenient paying with a card. Some people pay with the phones, don't they? My son does that. I haven't mastered that yet, but and I don't think I'll ever bother, because I just have to sit down for 2 hours and try and do it. I haven't got 2 hours spare in my day. My day just like is full from the minute I get up to the minute I go to bed. So the thought of sitting there for 2 hours trying to work out how to use Google Pay or whatever, when I've got my card anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, so that's my third rant. So that's the 3 rants of the day. Has Rishi lost his marbles? Do you really want to fly in a plane that's been fueled by chip fat? And let's keep cash on the menu, not just credit, not just cards, not just, let's keep cash as well. Oh, and the other thing, just going back to the cash, you can sometimes get a bit of a bargain if you've got cash. When you go to the market or you've got cash and you say, oh, I'll give you, it's 25 euros, I'll give you 20 cash. You can't do that with a credit card the same, can you? And relax. So I'm just thinking whether I'm going to release this now. I think I will release it now, and then you can think about it all day. Or actually, no, I won't. I think I might put it on later. I'll put it on later. Oh, no, put it on now. Oh, I can't decide. Can't even decide about that. But anyway, remember to live and love very carefully, very wisely. See you soon in the next video. And until then, may your God go with you.